Welcome back to the Spurs Analyst. Wow, okay. Newcastle 2, Spurs 1. What a frustrating game that was. Painful watch. It was us, our forward line again letting us down. So poor. I mean, the general play was good. We kept possession. We got it into dangerous areas. But the decision making around the box, either a cross or a pass into who was who's in the box to finish, was just so terrible. And it happened time and time again. Such a frustrating watch that was. And you could just predict it. There was a part in the second half where we'd obviously got the equaliser, got a bit lucky with an own goal. But the pressure was building and we did deserve the equaliser. But the problem was, we were pushing again. We kept pushing. We were trying to score. We were keeping the ball. We were keeping Newcastle boxed in. Newcastle weren't really offering much other than like a odd counter-attack here and there. But then just time and time again, it was just poor crosses, poor balls into the box, shots from outside the box skying over or being saved. There was one shot from Porro, what deflected off someone, went on the bar. But I was just so worried. I was so worried that Newcastle were going to just get us on the counter-attack with our high line. And I was saying throughout the game, unless we get that second goal, I can just see Newcastle punishing us. And that's what they did. It was a fantastic ball from Joel Linton, split our defence, put in Murphy through. And Murphy found Isaac and it was an easy tap-in. And that was it, 2-1. Newcastle rallied. They didn't let us get back into that game. We huffed and puffed and we just could not score. I mean, Johnson, he did okay for the goal. First goal when he came on, looked lively. But with Johnson, where is the quality there with Johnson? Where is I would say, the pass, the final ball, just some intelligence and football intelligence, just to pick out a man, or it was just wasteful. And even when he did get the ball in the box, there was nobody in the box to finish it. Where was Son? Where was Kulusevski? And Ange did change it up a little bit at half time, and he took off Sarr, he put on Johnson on the right, we had Wilson on the left, we had Son and Kulu kind of playing as strikers, and we just so poor with the finishing. And it was just such a frustrating day. I think we had something like 20 shots, 6 on target. But when you reflect back and if you look back at the game, the chances that we were creating throughout the game, they weren't open, clear-cut chances. They weren't. And I think the XG wasn't great either. I don't know what it is right now, but I need to look at it. So such a frustrating day for Spurs. So predictable. So frustrating. And it's so predictable, Spurs. They're so predictable. We did a lot of good things in that game. We did. We lost Van der Ven on, we didn't even know weren't playing until before kickoff. Radu came in, he did okay. But with the goals that we conceded, especially the first one, in the first half, where was the marking? We were just ball watching, and it was a good, tidy finish from Barnes. But Newcastle was so clinical. And I said, and I've been saying throughout that match, it was just after half time, I just didn't know how we were going to get back in that game. I just didn't see it. We just didn't have any punch up front. Anybody was going to take the game. And when I did a preview for this game on, when was it? Maybe Friday night, I said someone in that Spurs shirt needed to take the step up and take control and take responsibility of this game and score a goal. I was hoping it would be Son, but Son wasn't there today. And so we didn't have Solanke. Richarlison's injured, always injured. Forget him. And I said at the beginning of the second half, I said Newcastle and Spurs, we're opposites. We have Newcastle who can defend, and they've got strikers who are clinical. We're the opposite. We're not the greatest at defending, and we're not clinical. And when I said that, you know, when I said this comment, I was hoping that I was going to be wrong in that second half and that the team would prove me wrong with what I said. But in the end, I was right. I was right. It's just not good enough. And it all comes back to our transfer window. Why didn't we sign a ready-made forward player, a top winger, who could have come in and been the difference? Because I'll tell you what, if we had at least even one of them today, we would have won that game, or we definitely would have not lost. Because, you know, we can look at the young boy Wilson, and it's clear to all that he's not ready yet. He's not ready to really take control and score and be there for what we need. And I don't want to blame the guy, but he's young, he's 19, he's got to give him time. It can take a long time. You know, he had a couple of chances, but as you could see, he just wasn't, the decision making at the final shot or cross just was not there yet. And that is understandable. I'm not blaming him. It's not his fault. And this is what we're going to have as in this season, Spurs fans. This is what we're going to have. We're going to beat a lot of teams mid-table to lower end of the league. We'll win a lot of those games. But it's when we play a decent side like Newcastle. They are a decent side. They have got some good players. And we're going to get found out. And you just have a look at the Liverpool-Man United game. How clinical Liverpool were. How good their forward players were. Making the right decisions when the ball was on the right, putting it in. The finishing of their forwards, they're so much better than what we have. And again, it's just, and I keep saying the word frustrating because it is, because you could see that game and how we controlled large parts of it. But that high line, we were living on the edge. And even the beginning of the second half, Isaac was nearly through a couple of times. I mean, Radu played, he put in a good challenge to get it away for a corner. I don't know what to say. And in the end, our transfer window is going to be the reason why we're not going to see much different from last season. We're going to be falling short. And then we got Arsenal coming up after the international break. And for me, that's a must-win game. Hopefully Solanke will be back. Hopefully the team will show some passion and really go for it against Arsenal. Arsenal didn't have the best of games on Saturday lunchtime. So there's no reason why we, being at home, it's a derby. Form goes out the window. Let's just go for Arsenal and beat them. Doesn't matter how, just beat them. And we need that win. So finally, before I wrap up this quick match update, match review, just a short one. I'll probably be back on my channel reviewing the game in a bit more detail next week. There's a lot of time now because, you know, of the international break. I kind of lost my thought what I was going to say there. Oh, bloody hell, it's been a long day. Yeah, that's it for now. That's all I've got to say. Yeah, frustrating game. They're very disappointing. And what was I going to say? I kind of beat my flow there. What was I going to say again now? It's gone. The game's done me in. The game has done me in today. Such a frustrating watch. I think I'm going to wrap it up there. I'll put it out. So yeah. Thank you for listening and watching. Please leave any comments about the game. A bit of a crazy rant there from me. Speak to you all soon. Take care. Bye-bye.